Introduction to Computers. It's Monday. Got 3 weeks left, 13, 14, 15. Just started the Information Systems unit, the last one, Management Information Systems. What we did, we started out class, we talked about how does Walmart decide where to build stores and how big to build them. And the students then talked about they based their decisions on data. We talked about is the data internal to their corporation or external, and they talked about actually both. So then, through these two diagrams, we talked about all the data that's stored in a database for a company, and then we talked about the people who make decisions in companies, and we just divided it into three: first line supervisors, middle management, and top management. And then we have a workforce. These are people who don't oversee anybody. And so we have a big workforce. We have less supervisors, even less middle management, and very few people at the very top. And then above there we could say we have the board of directors. Over here we have all the data in the database. And that data gets updated, changed, and adjusted through transactions. People do transactions, you buy something in a store, the cash register communicates with the database, gets the price, and so forth, and then it actually then updates the inventory, and then eventually that inventory can have a set number so it automatically knows to order, etc., etc. The information moves through. We talk about transactional information, then we summarize it, bring it more together in order for tactical information. Tactical allows us to manage the store day in and day out, week by week, and then that information is even summarized and brought together even more specifically in order to make strategic decisions. Do we add another store or not? Do we stop carrying a certain line of products or not? Okay? And it sort of goes hand in hand. Transaction information is usually managed by first line supervisors in the workforce. Middle management does technical decisions, the day in and day out operations, week by week, month by month. And top level management, the CEO, makes strategic decisions. Do we add another store, not add another store or not? All right. So we discussed this today, and then the last thing I'll mention, we talked about what kind of decisions. We said structured decisions are decisions that can be made using technology. They're very straightforward. If in terms of they may have a specific number, when it reaches that number the computer can order. Payroll, very structured decisions. If an employee worked a certain number of hours, they get a certain amount of pay. A computer can be used to do that decision, how much money to pay the employee. Semi-structured decisions, they're decisions that are maybe a little more difficult, that aren't as quite straightforward. Managers, levels of management can make decisions concerning their business and make what we would call data-driven decisions. Decisions in which they'll look at the data and the data will help them make a particular decision. So it's the decisions that are a little more fuzzy, like when do you actually reorder? Okay, so we were talking about a database at a store. When do they reorder milk at a grocery store? Well, when the inventory gets to a certain point. How do you know what that point is? Well, you could base it on trends. You know, how fast do you usually sell the milk this time of year? You can look at a trend and know when you should order. So the decision isn't maybe as clear cut, but you can use data to help you make the decision. It's almost like hiring somebody. You can use lots of different data when it comes right down to the decision. That might be a non-structured decision. It has to be made using good data, but it still cannot be made by computers. And then we'll talk a little bit of how computers can help us, or maybe even make some non-structured decisions. So That was our first introduction to information systems, and we'll continue that on Wednesday. Wednesday we're going to make some groups to do some database work on Friday. And that's it.